I'm not a meme person, and I don't know where this came from originally, but I found it very illuminating of the current problem in America. Democrats like to talk about the two Americas and talk about the rich and the poor without recognizing that a lot of the Democrats are the rich, claiming about how they care about the poor, or the paradox of rich people complaining about first world problems, rich people, successful people complaining about oppression and that they are somehow owed something because they wish it so to be. I don't pay attention much to the royals. I don't really care much about the British aristocracy and their comings and goings, and I think Harry is an idiot for having married an entitled young woman who was a two-bit star on a third-rate sitcom in Canada and claiming that he was made a winner by doing that. And I think in many ways he's a doormat, which is what you see here. It is very illuminating to watch millionaire royals discussing with a billionaire celebrity at an idyllic villa that most Americans could only dream of, who possess wealth that most Americans could only dream of, about how they're oppressed. This is not what oppression looks like. Yet Democrats like to talk about oppression as if it's somehow shared equally around the world. Notice that these millionaires and billionaires never go to Afghanistan and Iraq to talk about how women are treated, or gays, or transgenders, or all of that. They don't go to Bangladesh and talk about the poor. They don't go to Africa and talk about how those people are how their lives are miserable. They complain about how their lives aren't as good as they would like to be, because at the end of the day, entitled people can't really understand what it's like to be oppressed unless they've actually been oppressed. And most Americans have no idea what oppression or misery or want, especially in this time, really is. There was a time, maybe in my grandparents' time, because they grew up in the Depression, when they knew what it was like to go without. But even in a depression, Americans are better off than most of the people who have ever lived on this planet ever will be. So I don't like it when entitled, narcissistic potentates and raw gabbets try to talk about how they're oppressed and I owe them something, particularly since if we're really talking about equality, why hasn't Oprah given the royals some of her money, and why do they never give any of theirs to us? If they were really cared about the little guy, they would talk to him, not to each other. But that's just my thoughts. We are blessed, and I know it, and you should too.